right, it looks like we are live. Let me just double check. No. There we go. We love it. Absolutely love it. Welcome back, everybody. It is a Sunday. You might be thinking, wow, I totally forgot that the streams happen on Sundays. Me too, almost. But we're back on a Sunday, finally. It's been a minute. Excited to be back on the correct day. We are 36 countries deep into our newest streak. Of course, I believe this one started as a result of us walking across a border, which was weird. But we dwelled on that enough last week. It's a new week. It's time to dwell on something else. So, with that, let's get this kicked off. Sammy Marco saying gonna be here the whole 2 hours. Excited for that. Christopher Like saying hello, GeoPimps and Ewan. Finally a Sunday night stream. I know. It's nice to be back on a normal routine. Briefly. Kat saying hi everyone. Did you get a haircut? I did. Did I? I did, but I did. I think. When did I get this haircut? I think I got it just before the last stream, actually. Like 2 hours before the last stream. But it was a bit more of a buzz cut last week. It's growing out a little by little. Sammy Marco saying hi GeoPimps. Is that our official name now? I think it's a cute nickname. I don't think it's our official name. It's borderline the official name at this point. So this is clearly ex-Soviet, but which country we need to figure out. I remember we started this last time. There's a bit of a Ukrainian flag on there. If you can see this little bit of yellow and blue, I'll move my cursor so you can see. Just like the tiniest bit. Okay, Kat saying, okay, I wasn't there on the last stream as I just landed that day. No, I got you. Thank you for noticing, though. That's nice of you. It was a bit much. I told them, well, I went the week before, and I was like, yeah, we need to cut this, but let's leave the top kind of long, as always, and I left it a little too long at my instruction. And then I was like, no, this is too much. And I went back and was like, it's got to be shorter. And then they were like, okay, and ran with that. So, we'll get the short hair for a bit. It's kind of growing on me, though. Sammy Marco saying more of those NYC sirens. I know, dude. It's... You get used to them, honestly. I never hear them. Except when we're on the stream. And then I'm like, ah, yes, the sirens. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to read the whole thing. I think I still see the Ukrainian flag on here a bit. I don't know if anyone else does the little bit of blue and the little bit of yellow. I'm pretty confident this is Ukraine. Man, they got loud today. Also, if you notice, it's not taking as long for each scene to load. I was experimenting with some internet stuff, so it should be a little better. Not 100% yet. I need to airport. I need to do a bit more of a deep dive and understand internet better. Shin-O... I think the M makes an M sound. Doesn't matter, though. Can't tell what flag that is. But, yeah, hopefully better quality to come. I'm super confident this is Ukraine. Kat saying I'm studying Cyrillic now too, so I might be able to read those now. That's exciting. Cyrillic really isn't as hard as you would think it is. It's memorizing 20 to 30 characters, understanding the sounds they make, and it's a lot easier than learning, say, the Chinese alphabet. Let's read this sign up here. Come on. Come on. No, that's not helpful. Zapor. Yeah, I don't know. I'm super confident this is Ukraine, but not enough evidence yet. Just a little bit of the license plates. Also, Cats, I thought you were learning Italian right now. Cats is saying send Ukraine then. Does anyone object? I'm confident here. Airport Kiro Po. I mean, if they have an airport, where might this be? W Dig saying, hey y'all, we are so back. We are indeed so back. It is lovely to have you here. W Dig. Okay, and W Dig saying, OMZ, that was Zaporizhzhia, Ukraine. Well, let's do it then. Fantastic. Right, Cats. I paused Italian as I have to learn Russian for my next travel. Of course, I forget you're going to Central Asia soon. One interesting thing that happened when I was in Uzbekistan, and stop me if I've mentioned this already, but there was a restaurant we were in, and we spoke Russian to the waiter, and he said, he knew we were English speakers, and he goes, you know, don't speak Russian to me. Like, don't speak Russian around here. It's insulting to our culture to speak in Russian because of obvious reasons. And we were like, oh wow, that's I hadn't considered that. It makes sense, but you just assume that I mean, the language is spoken, but you assume you can then still speak in it. Yeah, W Dig saying, okay, wait, Sammy Markov saying Zdrazjivchaye. There we go. Multilingual right there. W Dig saying, yo Cats, hope the jet lag is back to normal. Yeah, didn't see on TV, what a shame. Cat saying still have jet lag, slept from 4 p.m. to midnight last night. That's awful. Okay, Arabic. Cat saying I was shown on the flag parade during San Marino. I need to remember to check that out later. I'll definitely do that. Is that on YouTube? Can I go on the flag parade and watch? Oh, okay, this is Tunisia. Or it could be Senegal. Could be Senegal. Let's not do anything just yet. Arabic, French, leaves us with 2 options. Now, are these Senegalese plates? These could be Senegalese plates. No, Cats is saying I think the videos are geo-blocked on YouTube, sadly. I'll see if there's a way around. Use like a Russian site. Russian YouTube. Yeah, exactly, Sammy Marco, VPN time. These kind of look like Senegalese plates, honestly. Oh, well. I'm going to assume Tunis is in Tunisia and not Senegal. I'm going to assume it's this Tunis and not an imaginary Senegalese one. So, let's do it. Okay. Again, Eastern Europe. Ooh, that's not an EU plate. But this is not Russia. Okay, there's EU plates. And if we can see what... Amazing. If we can see what that sticker says, then we could get it. Brilliant. W Dig saying I streamed it on the Swedish broadcaster SVT. Cat saying you can watch it on that site. Christopher likes saying Surfshark is your friend. Surfshark's the VPN website, right? Just never had enough of a need for it to invest. I know I have a... Oh, that's Estonian. Yeah, .ee. This is Estonia. I know these move, but this is Estonian and this is here, so I'm confident in it being Estonia. Anyone disagree with that? I feel like that's pretty... Yeah, Cat saying Estonia. But yeah, Estonian flag. But yeah, as I was saying, I had a friend who used Surfshark to try to buy cheaper plane tickets. Like, he'd sent his location somewhere else so that he'd get, you know, someone in, say, Peru is buying a plane ticket, it'll be cheaper than the US, so he would do that. But I think he only got the free trial, so his options were like Netherlands, Canada, United Kingdom. So it was the same range, pretty much. Yeah, Christopher likes saying Estonia as well. I'm feeling... I don't know what I'm feeling here. Northern Chile? Maybe? I don't know. Okay, yes, it's Spanish speaking. We know that. That wasn't... this might actually be Mexico. Let's look at the plates. If there are front plates, I have a feeling this could be Mexico. And I think that would make more sense than Chile. Because it doesn't look like Chile, really, in terms of the houses. But going off the plates, it did. Yeah, I think this is Mexico. Yeah, all these have front plates. And they're the North American size. What does this say here? Rotoplas. Yeah. Christopher likes saying I've used Surfshark to scout different prices globally too. Is it decent? Like, does that work for you? I feel like if it were an effective way to do it, they would have plugged that gap by now. Like airlines would have. What are we seeing here? Se rentan 6 mesas. That was... Ugh. Completely misread that. I watched a video the other day from basically so before I put out this next video, I'm going to put out a video ahead of it saying, hey, I went missing for a bit. Here's what happened. Here's what you have to look forward to. Here's the channel rebrand that's coming. Do a whole little thing. So I was looking at clips for what's coming that I want to include in that. So I was watching the clips I have from the next Argentina video coming up. And I'm speaking Spanish in it. And I was like, wow, that's better than I speak Spanish now. I have fully atrophied in that ability. But this is a Mexican political party logo. Okay, Christopher likes saying sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't work. Hit or miss. Still, even for the 50-50, I feel like that's worth it. But are we good here with the Mexican party logo? Spanish, it's probably Mexico. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you know. W. Diggs saying we're seated for the channel rebrand. It's honestly, it's not even going to be that deep. It's just I don't like the name. And I think I've mentioned this on here multiple times. Just going to go to something that I can tell to people when they ask me. Just something, it's not a genius name that I'm using right now. So, is this, what language is this? It's kind of looks like is it Catalan? Yeah, W. Dick saying extremely Andorra coded. Cat saying looks nice. It does look nice. Would just like to know where it is. Yeah, Cat saying, yeah, I felt Andorra. Makes sense with the language being very confusing. And these are the kind of dumpsters you see in Spain, or all of Iberia, really, where they have the sort of seal on it. You hear the sirens again? Second time this stream. Yeah, there's kind of mixes of the languages here. I think this is Andorra. Christopher likes saying Downing Live went missing a few months ago. Was about to contact him, then suddenly he posted a video. Yeah, it's luckily I do the stream, so if anyone's like, man, did Ewan die? You can just go on here and see that, no, I just haven't been posting. Oh, and I guess I post to my Instagram story every now and then, too. So yeah, I'm not dead. Cat saying Estony might be a place in Andorra. Let's look. Don't see it. WDig saying tunnels are also giving Andorra energy. Let's go through the tunnels. I'm feeling heavy Andorra here, but at the same time, I really want to get to triple digits again. Alright, we're through. Was it all that just to get to someone's house? This is such an odd language. What is this? Exactly. WDig, remember to hydrate. This is... My throat's had this weird taste in it all year. All day, not all year. So just been drinking water. I've still got my mug here from this morning. And I had a little bit... It's decaf, by the way, so don't worry. But I had a little taste of it before the stream started, just to kind of... Oh! WDig saying and on the truck, and is in Andorra. Gotcha. Alright, well. I think we do it. Any objections? The cat's saying, I posted an Insta story in Cyprus, and someone who I met when traveling a couple years ago saw it and messaged me she's also going there. We met up there again. That's awesome. I love when that happens. It really is such a small world. Like the amount of weird things like that have happened, like just in my life, it blows my mind sometimes. Sammy Marco saying, I had to work over 30 hours over the last 4 days, so I'm so tired. That is wild. So, math. Oh, yeah, no. That's 7 1/4 each day? No, it's a little over that. But yeah, get some rest, dude. We just went down here and it was a dead end, right? Yeah. Okay. I think we just go indoor at this point. Yeah, exactly, cats. Send. Yeah, Sammy Marco's saying I met a guy from suburban Maryland in Iceland. Insane stuff. Yeah, it's like I'll meet people in New York and it just turns out that we have like one mutual friend or something from something. It's like, you know, you befriend people, you add them on Instagram, and it's like, wait, you know so-and-so? It's happened multiple times. Oh, yeah, left-hand drive, love that. Oh, yeah, Christopher, like, I remember you saying you got recognized in Melbourne. Just like a random spot. Guided game drives and bushwalks. You in South Africa? Sammy Marco saying ALAV. I don't know. Excuse me, what that means, honestly. Is it an acronym for something? Let's see what this is. Flagpoles without flags. Yay, my favorite. What's going on here? No, I don't know. Yep, Cat saying Africa, but which country? I assumed bushwalk meant South Africa, but never know. Oh, ALAV is Andorra la Vella. Gotcha. Wait, what's this sign? Come on. Come on. Nope. I'm very excited because so that's the national coat of arms, but I can't tell which one it is. Can anyone tell? Brilliant. But I'm excited because where was I? When I came back from the Philippines, I did my global entry interview, which was exciting. So when I fly to the UK on Friday, I'm going to have pre-check for the first time. It's going to be super exciting. I'm going to be like royalty going through the airport. And then global entry, so when I come back, it's just like they just scan my face and I walk in. Don't even have to show my passport. Cat saying nope. Christopher likes saying South Africa near Pretoria, I think. Okay, what's making you think that? No, nothing helpful. Cat saying nice, I enjoy using global entry. Yeah, I assume other people in the chat would have it. I got it like last year with a credit card, but then they didn't let me do it on entry when I came back from Senegal, and then when I came back from Argentina, I had stuff I needed to do during my layover, so I didn't want to spend time doing that, even though they asked me. So I was like, no, sorry, I don't have time. Yeah, Christopher likes saying global entry is awesome. He's saying, okay, the languages, like the language that isn't English, looks like it. .co.South Africa. There we go. Anyone object to that? Got the South African web address right here. What if we did a total speed run and did 59 in the next, what time is it? Hour and 37 minutes. Oh yeah, near Pretoria. Good job, Christopher Lake. Okay. Albania. Watch. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe I'm not even that off. Oh, no, this might actually be Croatia. Cat saying you're traveling again, eh? Make sure you have the UK ETA. It's very quick to get. I got it in seconds. I don't have to get it because citizen. Yep, there you go. All right, you have a UK passport. Yeah, that'll be exciting. That's like the first time it's ever actually come in handy. Semi Marco, yeah. Dude was about to go full rainbow. Watch it be Albania. I've had some bangers the past couple weeks. Come on. But yeah, and then after this trip next week, it's my summer resolution is to not leave New York City because I'm exhausted. I'll go home to Tampa for like a week at some point, but I can't be bothered leaving New York. Cat saying, I wish Freezite were here. He can inquire if you did get married in the Philippines. Yeah, I did not. Very much did not get married. Simi Marco asking, why am I going to the UK? It's a family thing. This is always fun. So no tourism, no video. Most likely no video. I don't know how I'd fit it in. So that'll be a blast. The cat's asking Scotland. Scotland and England. Bit of both. Just, enjoy that. It might actually be better weather over there right now than it is here. I don't know what it's like for anyone else, but it has been cold in New York. Sammy Marco's saying, yeah, only 7-hour flight this time. Exactly. It seems 7-hour flight sounds like nothing at this point. I was explaining this to my roommate the other day. I was saying 7 hours is actually worse than 10 hours because 7-hour flight, you get on, you take off, everything's happening. Then you level out, meal service starts. You want the food. You're not asleep yet. Food, wait. Okay, it's not Albania. Dual script. I think this could be Bulgaria. Maybe North Macedonia, Serbia, any of those. But meal service comes along. You eat, they come get it. You wait in the line for the bathroom because everyone goes to the bathroom after the meal service. At that point, you're an hour and a half into the flight. Same thing happens again on the back end of the flight. So there's 3 hours of the flight where you essentially have to be awake because so much is happening and you're getting food delivered to you. A 7-hour red eye leaves you with 4 hours to sleep in the middle of those parts. It's a 4-hour window. And that's if you fall asleep immediately. 10-hour flight, you've got a 7-hour window. You're passed out, snoozing away. I had a dream on the flight back from Manila, that I was in a plane crash. It wasn't that plane, but it was a different plane. Oh wait, the sound said Macedonia. Whoops. I was yapping. Oh, yeah, okay. Any objections to North Macedonia? Yeah, Cat's saying that's awesome. That's what I did on my trip too. Yep, England and Scotland. And yeah, Christopher like said, I guess it's been beautiful there. Love that for you. I guess same with Sammy Marcos, 60, 70 degrees. Very jealous. It's been like 50 and raining here for a week. Just awesome. Sammy Marcos saying on my flight to Iceland we didn't even have meals. They just turned down the lights and people vibed. Yeah, that's Play Airlines for you. How long was that flight? Yeah, a little bit of blue there. A little bit of blue there. Blue. So we are likely in Europe. So I feel like there's a length of flight where it's kind of wild to not have... I guess there's meals for purchase. It was... Yeah, another thing, on the way back from Manila, I had the... W Dig saying this feels Swiss, maybe. Don't the Swiss have a different looking plate? Or am I making that up? Christopher like asking, was it Oceania Airlines 815? I feel like that's a plane crash that I don't know of off the top of my head. But no. And no, the plane was actually the plane I was dreaming that I was. Total coincidence that I was on a plane. The plane that I dreamt I was on was in North America. Just total coincidence. Probably very little to do with the fact that I was on a plane. Cat saying might go to Iceland in November. That'll be cold. Fun, but cold. Okay, yeah, Cat's saying, yeah, Swiss has different looking plates. But on the flight back, when I kind of had the taste of smog in my throat. When it kind of lingers there. And it's such an annoying taste, and I didn't have gum or mint or anything. So I was like, what drink do they have on board that's the most, like, hangs out in your throat? So it was wine. So breakfast on the flight, I had wine. I felt like a degenerate asking for it, but I did it. It was an orange juice and a red wine. And I did that the entire flight. And then San Francisco to New York, I still had it, the feeling. But alcohol isn't free on a domestic flight, so I was like, looks like I'm sucking up the smog taste. Oh, okay, that was a Lost reference. Gotcha. I have never seen it. I mean, I've like heard good. Like obviously that's a classic. Just never gotten around to it. The bin. Also, I don't think it would be Swiss because I don't recognize the language at all. Oh, check. .cz. Cat saying breakfast wine on the flight is normal. I've seen many people get wine as drinks. Okay. I feel less bad then. Also, I was in like Shadow Realm time zone, so it wasn't even a proper breakfast for me. I don't know what meal it was, but yeah. All right, check. Any objections? Vita vas mesto locet. I'm sure none of that was said correctly. All right, let's do it. Awesome. Movie. Excuse me. This is Australia or New Zealand. Take Coop. This is probably New Zealand. Third siren of the stream. Let's go. Actually, yeah. Hold up. The fences make me think South Africa. It's too dry to be New Zealand, I think. Wasn't there a time it was super nice and we thought it was New Zealand or Australia, and then it was South Africa? Like months and months and months ago. Yeah, I think this is South Africa. It's just not Anzac. Yeah, Katz is saying this feels more South Africa than the, warning, premises protected by. Yeah, exactly. Christopher likes saying it as well. Feels like South Africa with the fence. I'm honestly confident enough to do South Africa at this point. Yeah, Cape Town. We're fine. Anyone object to South Africa? Look both ways before going. It is a stop sign. Yeah, Cat saying send. Let's do it. Yep. Cape Town. Out in the boonies, but Cape Town. This looks cool. Robben Island. Seems nice. I thought that was a Chilean flag for a second. This is Mongolia. Yeah, there we go. Mongolia meta right here. You can just tell. Yep, Cat saying Mongolia send then. Anyone object? Going once. Going twice. 3 times. Yep. Oh, wow. Wow. Very easily could have walked in it. Well, I don't think it would have been a lot more noticeable than walking from Netherlands to Belgium, but still. Left-hand drive. This is Malaysia or Indonesia. Right? Yeah. Yep, 16,000 rupees. Which do they both, or is it just one of them? I know Indonesia does. Does Malaysia use that? This one used to kill me when I first started GeoGuessr, the Malaysia, Indonesia ones. Because I didn't know at the time that if you just hang out in Indonesia for more than a couple minutes, you find a flag. Nothing jumping out. Sammy Marco saying Indonesia, Southeast Asia's USA. What makes you say that? That's an interesting observation I've never heard. Okay, yep, helpful. Christopher likes saying both use rupees, I think. Love that. Benkel Lass. Cool. Oh, okay. Sammy Marcos saying, "Oop, that's a not 100%, but that is a sign in the direction of Indonesia." So are these flags. We've seen these in Indonesia before, with these ones. But Sammy Marco makes a good point. Flags, big, religious, diverse. Also, I think Indonesia is the 5th most populous country in the world. United States is 3rd. Because I think it's... Well, India now. India, China, United States, Pakistan, Indonesia. I think. Christopher likes saying Sammy's correct about that. More freedoms in Indonesia than some realize, too. Really? What do you mean? Like, which freedoms? I'm so confident this is Indonesia. Oh, really? Okay, Indonesia's number 4 now, past Pakistan. Wow. Good for them. It kind of blows my mind how they've created such a patriotic country when it's so many different groups being kind of lumped into a country together because of the Dutch. Wow. I didn't realize it was that close. Indonesia has 285 million. US has 340 million. That is wild. And we had 285 million. We hit that mark not too long ago. Maybe 20 years ago. So it's crazy to think that Indonesia today is the size of the US 20 years ago. Provided I'm remembering that correctly. This says Indonesia right here. Anyone object to that? I think we're good. Safe guess. Well, not even a guess. It says it. Oh, yeah. And Kat saying there's Jakarta on that sign. I don't see it, but I will trust. Let's do it. Christopher likes saying you could say the same about the US. So many different cultures. Yeah, but I feel like it's a different level. Because the US, it's kind of like... It was British culture, and then all these other groups came over and had to assimilate into it and kind of added parts. Whereas Indonesia, it's everyone already existed, and the Dutch came over and were like, all right, colonizing. Massively oversimplified. This is I'm assuming the genocido means genocide. So... Where was... Yeah. I guess it's not helpful. Oh, okay. Cats. So, in my head, I was thinking this is Balkans, but the language doesn't line up. And Cats and WDig are saying... Well, Cats is saying Lithuania or Latvia. WDig is saying Lithuania, yep. Yep, Cats saying, of course, was there 3 weeks ago, or a few weeks ago. But I was trying to think where else has had a genocide in recent history. and there are a decent number of places. Maybe if we go to it, it'll be helpful. Christopher like asking, is that a museum? I would assume so. A museum or memorial. But it would give us a hint as to where we are. Okay, cool. Coverage ends. Alright, head on back. It does look like a Baltic language, though. And there was... I can't Google it yet, but I'm gonna Google the genocide out of curiosity. Because I think... I'm curious. I think I know what that's about, but I'm not sure. So let's keep going. Salmuo. That will just say Salmuo on it. What's that say? We snow. Maybe there's a town up here. There are some houses. Keep on going. Keep on going. Nope, not helpful. Does anyone is anyone 100%? So I know WDig said Lithuania, yeah, but how certain are you of that, WDig? Because I think we're just gonna wander around for a while. Okay, WDig saying 99%. Cats is saying leaning toward Lithuania too. Anyone object to it? I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to take your word for it. Ooh, wait. Don't know what that is. Don't know what these places are. Oh, there's Silut right here. Yep, Cat's saying those are Lithuanian places. I found one of them. All right. Okay, now, genuinely out of curiosity. It's this way, right? Zidu. Ah, okay. That's depressing. Well, I think we knew it was going to be depressing. But... oh, there's also this one. Cool. Okay. Menuet dropping in, saying hello all. Kind of unfortunate timing to join in right there. But welcome into the chat, Menuet. Semi Marco asking Ewan, if Brightline gets extended from Orlando to Tampa, do you think that people would take the train? I think it's cheap enough. Because driving that sucks. I-4 is terrible. I mean, Tampa, Miami gets it comes down to price. Like, I've looked at it and it's $200. The one time I looked at it, it was $200 to go from Orlando to Miami, and it's just like, why would I do that? I can fly that for $20. Yeah, exactly, Sammy Marco. Brightline's main issue is price. Because it's so nice. It's such a terrible drive. It would be great on a train, but it needs to be an affordable train. And Kat saying, oh yeah, Sammy, since you like trains, I recommend getting the Eurail Pass and doing interrailing in Europe. It's the best way to see it. I got made fun of for taking a bus once in Europe by a Belgian. He was like, oh, you're such an American. I was like, what? The train was $100. The bus was $40. Exactly, buses are so cheap. This is feeling German. Can't explain why, it just is. But yeah, Christopher likes saying it will be a lifesaver. Yeah, I saw it was okay, $68 from Miami to Orlando when you were in Florida in December. That's good. Yeah, I'd pay that. Sammy Marcos saying the bus is American is such an uninformed European thing to say. Yeah, I was a little... I was like, come on. I didn't rent a car. I did the cheapest option. What do these signs say? Oh, this... Hold up. This looks Baltic. Don't know what other people are thinking, but yeah. No, I did watch a video the other day, though, about the kind of the politics of them trying to connect Brightline to... Because I think it goes to the airport now. The airport's here. They want to connect it to Universal and Disney and then have it shoot over to Tampa. But I guess there's... I don't know, there's stuff going on there with that. But that would be a cash cow if they can do that. Because also then you have a connection from the airport to the parks, which you don't have right now. Not that I know Orlando Airport that well / at all. I think I've flown out of there once. No, twice. Oh, this is Polish. Okay. Anyone object to Poland? Yeah, Cat saying Poland. Let's get over there. Boom. Love it. Near the home of our friend Drew. Okay, so this is, yeah, Andalusia. This is Spain. It's in Spanish. European Union flag. We good with that? Exactly, Christopher. Like, problem is Universal and Disney are trying to play politics with it. Because it was supposed to go through Disney, and then Universal paid more, and then Disney didn't want in if Universal was in, and it was this whole... Yeah. It's whatever. It'd be super cool, though. I would go home just to ride the train. I'd fly to Miami just so I could take the train to Tampa once they did it. But I think we're good with Spain here. Yep. Awesome. Oh, yay. Fantastic. I love these. Southeast Asia. But where? Where in Southeast Asia? I have no idea. Cambodia, maybe? Really, just no clue. It's just forest. Where's Frieza? We need our tree expert. Yeah, Christopher likes saying eventually there'll be a compromise with a stop at both. That's the only rational option, but yeah, who knows? It'll probably be another 10 years before the train goes to Tampa. Oh, look at that. Friezite's here. That's exactly... I said the name, and now Friezite's here. Friezite, what kind of trees are these? I need you to... You analyze these trees. I'm going to take a sip of water. Okay. Friezite's been listening, stalking. Gotcha. Well, I need you to... What is this? What kind of tree is this? They're bamboo. Okay. So, the Southeast Asia theory is correct. But where in Southeast Asia? What kind of plate is that? That is not a Laotian plate, but I think Laos might have different plates for their motorcycles. So I don't know. I'm waiting for the day. Oh, okay. Freezite saying, well, that big one could be an almond. Oh, this is cool. That is awesome. Where are almond trees found? Christopher likes saying this. It's no different than Brightline stops in Broward County. What do you mean? And Cat saying Freezite, first week back home, traveling in Europe, still have jet lag, right? Freezite saying these people look Brazilian. That's a cross. Brazil would be wild. But wait, we can actually test for this. Find the sun. Cat saying this might be Philippines. Where's the sun at? But Freezite saying go back and look at the people. Hear the people. But also Freezite saying, I forget that you're working on the Brightline West. Anything you can share about Brightline East? Tendue. That sounds Filipino. Yeah, Kat is saying this is Philippines. Tendue, yes. Okay. Wait, let's just read these signs. Yeah, level up. Yep, English. Direct TV. Yeah, I think this is the Philippines. Any objections to the Philippines? Alright, let's do it. Awesome. Oh, okay. I know this area. Well, I just know it exists, basically. I know of it. I've looked into it. Palawan, that's the name. Thank you, cats. Okay, Christopher Alexander stops in Hollywood, Fort Lauderdale, one just outside of Broward with Adventura. Yeah, it's... I'd be interested to see how it looks like if they can get it all the way over. Oh, okay, Cat's in Hungary. I can get behind that. Let's read this sign here. Freezite also saying Hungarian. Okay. I think we just do it. Anyone object? Hungary? Yeah, W. Diggs saying Hungary. Let's do it. Love it. We're flying. Oh boy. Kyrgyzstan? Yes! Look at that. Oh, that was awesome. Okay. Yeah, red plate. Red plate. Yep, watch this. Yep. Easy. Yep. Cat saying you're right. W. Dixon, Kyrg snipe. Yeah. Kyrgyzstan was such a cool spot. I was looking at the videos. Yeah, Sammy Marco saying Rainbow moment. As I mentioned earlier in the stream, I was looking at some of the footage I have for all the upcoming videos to kind of piece together the I'm Not Dead video. And I saw some of the footage from Kyrgyzstan from us hiking. And I was just like, this is insane. I don't even remember it being this stunning. It's just absolutely crazy. If I remember, I'll throw the video in the Discord. It's just a little sneak peek of what you'll see eventually. Christopher likes saying, gosh, send me there now. Here? Yeah, those look nice. Sri Lanka? Or south of India? Right? Yeah, cats saying Sri Lanka or India. Site safety. Nothing helpful there. Let's read this sign. Awesome. I don't think any of that is in a language that we can read. Yep. Contribute to preserve our environment. What's this sign? Of course it's gone now. No, back. Here we go. Nope, still can't tell. This sign is also not going to be legible for us. I kind of want to say Sri Lanka here. Just makes... I don't know if it makes the most sense. It's what I'm feeling. I can feel it in my bones. This is Sri Lanka. Yeah, cat's saying wait for more clues. I agree that's the best thing to do. I'm just calling it. I'm calling my shot. It will be Sri Lanka. I go left-hand drive. Saw that coming. I was thinking about this yesterday. About how I'm so excited for the day where I'm playing like bar trivia or something. And they get to a halftime question. And halftime questions, you know, if you play bar trivia, they're always a little more than a normal question. And I'm waiting for it to be, you know, list as many countries as you can that are left-hand drive. That'll win the game for me and my team. So I'll have like 20. Like UK, Ireland, Kenya, South Africa, Eswatini, Lesotho. You would think Ghana does, but it doesn't. You would think Nigeria does, but it doesn't. Japan, Indonesia, Malaysia. Just wipe the floor. Bermuda. Christopher likes, and how do they tell one letter from the next? I think it's fairly clear, right? I mean, look. Seems clearer than Arabic. Keep going. Come on. See, because if that ever happened at a bar trivia, that's just pure GeoGuessr knowledge. It's not even... I felt like a baller the one time it was... Name the 3 countries that used the imperial system primarily, and I knew it, so it was like, haha, big brain. But that's just from being into this kind of stuff. Left-hand drive would be entirely GeoGuessr knowledge. Freeside saying the bad thing after winning the bar trivia question is all the girlies moved to the other side of the bar to give head nerd room to roam. I don't care. I would be very happy with myself. Who cares? I'd have a smile on my face the rest of the entire rest of the time. Yeah, I'm the guy who listed 20 countries for the left-hand drive question. They're really not giving us much here, are they? Semi-Marco saying Freesite's mind is just on a higher level. Freesite said, follow me for more dating advice. So it's more what not to do. Yeah, it's still... Oh, wait. No. Okay, wait. This isn't a script that we know. Is this in Sri Lanka? Don't see it. No, the script doesn't look right there. Doesn't look right there. I think this has to be Sri Lanka, honestly. Ooh, no, it could be here. This looks similar enough. At least right around there. Oh, I really think it's Sri Lanka. Can't find the town. Come on. Give me something. What about here? Here we go. Dude, what an arrangement. Elephant, tiger, cow, bear, Komodo dragon. Any of these could cross your path right here. Cat's asking, are there tigers in Sri Lanka? I would think so, just because of the Tamil tigers. I feel like they wouldn't choose an animal that isn't in their country. But we have another sign here. Yeah, W Dig's saying, I was going to say Tamil tigers. Madhusanka Service Center? Where's Madhusanka? Madhusanka. Come on. This is killing me. This is a nightmare. Stuff like this that prevents us from flying through 50 rounds a day. W Dig says, I want to say Sri Lanka just for the Anka suffix. I'm not against it, honestly. It's not much to go off of, but I'm happy to do it. This canal. Would they need a canal? Maybe we're along this right here. Like, is this a... Oh, that's India. I'm an idiot. My thinking is the country really even big enough to warrant a canal that goes anywhere? You can just go around the country. We're not going to follow the canal because that's just going to be a whole lot of nothing. So I'm going to go up here instead. Come on. Anyone else excited to just have a casual day tomorrow? Not do anything like real responsibility-wise? Just hang out? It's gonna be nice. Oh, Cat's saying I work tomorrow. It's not a holiday here. I'm sorry. That sucks. I'll keep you in my thoughts while I'm sleeping in. I'm just gonna be laying there being like, sucks for cats. Oh man, Christopher liked working as well. It's Sammy Marcos saying I have my summer class and transfer to tech stuff tomorrow. Man, no one's... Am I the only one enjoying the day tomorrow? W Dig asking, does Canada have a Memorial Day at all or no? Okay, Cat saying no, but last Monday was a holiday here. Okay. Yikes. Freezite's installing 700 feet of ceramic tile tomorrow. That sucks. WDig saying I'm working tomorrow, but only in the morning. Man, okay. Well, I just put myself somewhat on the same level as everyone else. I do intend to do the voiceover for the next video tomorrow. Because, ooh, hold up. Badula, not gonna try. Bibile. There will be roads. I don't see any B roads. Here's a B road. I don't know where these places are. Let's check this checkpoint. Police roadblock. Yeah, Cat saying make sure you don't get sunburnt freezite. Wanderer saying I'm off tomorrow. Finally, someone else is having a nice day. Simi Marco asking how long is the video going to be. So, today I did. My plan for this weekend was to get it as close to completion as humanly possible. Because I was like, 3-day weekend, I can grind this out. Oh, .lk, really? Okay, well, yep. Everyone, yeah. Badula was on the map in Sri Lanka. .lk, fantastic. This is, see, I never catch the little stuff like that. This is why you all are here. I glance at the signs, I'm like, nope, and then I move on, and then you're all like, that literally said the name of the country. Alright, French. But to answer your question, Sammy Marco. Yeah, Menuet saying, good catch, W Dig. I think everyone kind of caught that at the same time. Yeah, Cats, Christopher Like, and Wanderer. everyone got it. But yeah, France or Belgium. Let's just be careful this time and hope we don't wander across the border and not realize. Anyway, to your question, Sammy Marco. I think it's France. I did the kind of run through today. Once I think I have it mostly together, I'll watch it all back, and then I take notes of any edits I want to make so I don't get bogged down fixing one part and then moving on and then getting a next part. So this, I don't know if you can see it, but it's the full page of notes. I finished like an hour and a half ago working through all the notes. But usually I end up doing this about 4 times. I watch it over multiple times and I keep finding issues, and it's like tiny things. It's so nitpicky. It's taken me up to 3 days to finish a video after it was actually done, just doing that process again and again and again. It's so annoying. Yeah, Sammy Marco saying that's insane. Yeah, I like, once my videos are published, I never watch them again because I nitpick so hard. And I'm kind of I'm kind of leaving them as a time capsule for myself. I'll watch them again in 20 years and be like, whoa, that was fun. But yeah, Cat saying Belgium. WDig saying Belgium. Do we feel confident in this? Not like the last time we did Belgium. But to answer your question, Sammy Marco, it was 51 and a half minutes long. And I'm still going to add the voiceover tomorrow. Cat saying a wow long video. Yeah, that's why it's been taking so long. That's why every other week I'm like, guys, I think I'm almost done. And then I'm nowhere near it. It's so long. But it's finally, like, if you watched it from the point after the voiceover at this point, if I told you what it was about and you watched it from after the voiceover, it would be coherent and just about done. But yeah, that was literally my day. I was watching the 51-minute video, writing down my notes, and going back and fixing everything. Yeah, Christopher likes saying get the popcorn. Yeah, I was sitting there like, how can I make this shorter? There's just nothing felt worth cutting. and it doesn't work in 2 different parts. So it's just like, yeah, it's an hour. It'll just be an hour. Oh, is this just Japan? Yeah, Cat's saying Japan. But yeah, so that's... Central Asia will also be a long one, but that one fits neatly into other parts. And Senegal will be fun. And then, how many videos have I done? I knew I was forgetting some earlier. But, yeah. We good with Japan? Let's do Japan. Yep, exactly. Cat saying this, the language is Japanese. Wander saying the sign was in Japanese. Let's do it. Love it. Alright. Ooh. What kind of vibes are we getting here? Central Europe, maybe? Central to East? This feels Hungarian. I have a Hungary radar. I've gotten some crazy Hungary guesses recently. If we remember that. But yeah, hopefully record the voiceover tomorrow, and then I'll just like play with the video over the next week and a half while I'm in the UK, because I want to... I don't think I can fit in the I'm Not Dead video. I don't think I can film that before I leave. Unless I could make a good effort at it. Depends. We'll see. If I can film that before I leave, then I think the video could be out pretty much once I'm back. So 2-3 weeks maybe? That would be nice. Yeah, Cat's saying no rush with the videos, but also I need to actually get them done. Because there's other stuff that I want to do with my free time, but I can't do it in good conscience while knowing that I have such a backlog. Come on, come on, come on. Also, I just genuinely want to get them out there. I'm super excited. Not Hungary. Yeah, I don't know these. So, wait. Here's a thought. Nope, never mind. Let's go this way. Galdap. Where's Galdap? W Dick saying Russia. Let's check the plates. We need to find a car. Christopher Like said it. Okay, W Dick saying Plavin, Goldap, Ozersk. Ozersk kind of sounds Ukrainian, but I have a feeling this might be Russia. Yeah, Christopher Like saying I said it earlier. Downing Live also did an I'm Not Dead, You Deserve to Know video. Yeah, it'll be... That's a Russian plate. Christopher Like saying Ukrainian bus stop. Could it be a Russian bus stop? You know, I'm definitely going to do it. I know exactly what I want to do for it, and it involves me... It involves time that I don't know if I have this week. And I also need to write the script, because I know vaguely what I'm saying, but I need to actually make sure I'm saying, like, hitting all the points that I need to hit, and not just sitting down and yapping. Man, where are we? Still no blue on the plates. I'm thinking this has got to be Russia. How do we feel about that? Yeah, Menuet saying yes. Downey's new train trip with his friend has been funny. I don't think I've seen this channel. I'll check it out. Yeah, W Dig saying that feels like a Russian country house. It's called a dacha, right? Keep on moving. Oh, this dude's just stanced up in the road. Yeah, I think this is Russia. Anybody disagree? Because I think I'm going to go for it at this point. Going once. Going twice. Oh, 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 oh. Someone needs to agree. I'm going to freak out. Oh, Christopher likes saying I'm good friends with Downey Life too. Cool dude. That's awesome. I'll check out the channel. That's got the little sticker there. Yeah, Russ. We're good. Let's do it. Oh! Kaliningrad. Interesting. Ill-Tired joining the chat. Hello, Ill-Tired. Just arrived briefly. Well, welcome in. Do you have any Sunday night eats to tell us about? This is Singapore. Watch. Where's the signs? Oh, Goldap was in Poland? I didn't even check. That's wild. Where's the signs? Singapore signs. Give them to me. No. Where are they? Come on. Ooh, okay. Beef. No, sorry. Barbecue with BF and friends. That is sick. Anything special with the barbecue? I feel like you're always adding a little bit more to it. Cat saying Malaysia. Singapore font. There we go. Just as I said, sniped it. How do we feel about that? Yep, Cat saying Singapore. Gotcha. Basic mail. You gotta come back down to earth sometime, Ill-Tired. Every now and then. Awesome. Singapore. This feels like Lebanon. Yeah, I think this is Lebanon. That's Christian imagery. That's Arabic. And it just looks like Lebanon. Yeah, Cat saying Lebanon then. Anyone disagree? I wish this channel had the budget where we could just do like blindfolded on a plane, 5 full rounds. Where are we? It's like they give me like a Benadryl or something and I pass out and then I wake up somewhere else. It's like, where are you? That'd be fun. Yeah, and this is the kind of awkward Lebanese coverage we got before. I think we're pretty good here. Anyone object to Lebanon? Going once. Going twice. 3 times. Nice. Cat saying, yeah, I don't think customs agents will allow us to transport a passed out Ewan on the plane. That's a fair point. Sammy Marco saying Simon Wilson basically did GeoGuessr IRL in like 2021. There was a series on his channel. What kind of scale did they do it on? And yeah, Christopher likes saying you can never do a blindfolded plane trip in today's world. If you're flying private, you can, but then there's still the issue of customs. And this is Denmark. It's got the O with the line in it. It's 2 flats be Norway. But I don't know if anyone else saw. It might have been Mr. Beast tried to put Rainbolt somewhere on the planet to see if he could do it. But the idea never made it to fruition because they realized, and he had to get vaccines for it. And they were like, well, he's going to know where he's going if he knows which vaccines he's getting. And you can't exactly just give somebody vaccines and be like, here you go. Random. You don't know what this is. This is almost 100% Denmark. There's a flag way out there. Let's go to that flag. No, that was a poor choice. Also, we can just disprove Norway by finding a commercial vehicle. Never mind. That is a Norwegian commercial plate. I hate that I know that. That is so weird. But looks like we have to look around a bit. Yep, exactly. All tired. Oh no, green. Okay, Sammy Marco saying he got a private plane and went from the UK to Europe, and the people were blindfolded and had to get somewhere with no money. That's cool. I've seen the I don't know if it's the same. I don't know the channel, but there was the one series. It was crossing Europe with no money, and it was this YouTuber had a few different contestants on there, and he was like, "You were not allowed to use your money for this. This is Norwegian flag. We're in Norway." Whoops. Yep, Cat saying Norway, I think. Freeze out. I'm not reading that. Alright. Norway. Okay. Spanish. This feels Central American. I can feel Guatemala here. Yeah, wait. North American plates. I don't know if Guatemala has North American plates. It could be Mexico. Cat's asking for the currency. Good question. Let's go back. Did you see a currency on something, or am I going back for no reason? Here we go. I see dollar signs. Yeah. So it could be Mexican pesos. I don't know what the Guatemalan currency is. Okay, Katz is saying Guatemala has Central American plates, the one with the blue horizontal line. Okay, Guatemalan is Q. Then this is Mexico. Those were pesos. Ill-Tired saying beer meta. Are you seeing beer? All I'm seeing is Coca-Cola. I do not see a beer meta. Oh, okay, that's Cristiano Ronaldo. I was gonna see if that was a local team, but that's the Portuguese national team. Boutique de Tenis Tampoco. I'm pretty sure this is Mexico. But Ill-Tired asking if we can find a beer meta. I don't know. I feel like if there was one, we would have seen it right here in this bit. Yeah, Cat saying leaning toward Mexico. It's not the beer meta. It's not the beer we were looking for. Here we go. Corona. Yeah. I see Marcus saying it's looking like the south of Mexico. It's all these Coronas. It's pesos. I'm entirely confident that this is Mexico. Does anyone disagree? Think we should keep looking? Because I'm 95% sold here. Yeah, another mention of Tampico. Not Tampico. Amazing job there. But I'm so confident we are in Tampico, Mexico. Menuet saying no objection. Let's do it. Yep. We're in Tampico. Love it. Yeah, Tired saying that, yeah, the cars had front plates. Freezite saying, to get back on track, a new Peruvian restaurant opened a few blocks from me. It's my new home away from home. Their pollos are heavenly. That's awesome, man. I love that for you. Oh, cool. Love language like this. This is Baltic. I still haven't found a Peruvian place here, but also haven't really looked for Estonia, but also haven't really looked for it. I've been hitting the Mexican place with the greatest tacos I ever had recently. Went there yesterday and today, and I accidentally ordered what I had as the tacos, but as a burrito. Greatest burrito I've ever had. So went back today and got another burrito. It's like $20. I kind of don't like spending that much on a burrito, but I was like, it's Memorial Day weekend. But let's do Estonia. Yep, multiple people saying it. Awesome. Talon. This is Peru or Chile. Christopher likes saying, trying to learn Spanish. Funny when you recognize words spoken. What? These Mexican dudes talk as loud as they want, thinking you understand them. I'm not picking up what you're putting down. Oh no, is that Arabic? Oh no, okay. Well, probably was Arabic on there. Well, that makes it easier. Any objection to Israel for this? Freezite saying, Christopher, I'd recommend you watch Colombian shows. Their accent's pretty moderate. Don't recommend listening to Mexican Spanish. It's too hard. Yeah, Mexican Spanish. I don't really mind. Mexican Spanish, I'm decent with. Oh, wait. Menuet saying, wait. Argentinian Spanish, weird. It's like Italian. Chile is like 1,000 miles per hour. Don't use that one either. Dominican Spanish is hardly Spanish. Don't use that one either. What's another? I'm trying to think. Menuet asking, is it one of those border things? Simply due to Israel being Israel, I feel like the border is going to be very clearly marked. Israel isn't somewhere that just lets you walk in, is what I'm thinking. And now we're off-road. Why are we off-road? Come on. I guess this is the way we go. Yeah, Katz is saying I agree with you, and border in Israel strict. Here, yep. We're near Jordan, but yeah. Baltic? Oh, Menuet's saying the side of the sign is saying goodbye in Hebrew, but the other side is Arabic. Okay. If you'd said that before I clicked guess, I would have had a panic attack. Wouldn't have known what to do. I would have second-guessed the whole thing. Yeah, Sammy Marcos and Costa Rican and Ecuadorian are often pretty clear. Yep. I think the big one's just, like, Dominican Republic, Chile. I don't love the Spain accent. It feels weird. Like, I'll hear people with it and it just throws me off. Estonian O. This is Estonia again. It's wild the frequency we get this tiny little country. Ooh, look at that. Out here. Yeah, Cat saying we get many Estonia today. Freezite saying DR and Cuba are like a machine gun. Oh boy. Oh, this is just Greece. Yeah. Yeah, everyone's saying Greece. Freezite saying, yeah, even I have a hard time with DR and Cuba. Caribbean Spanish is just a whole other world. There's just so many different Spanishes that exist. This is the UK. I'm not even moving. I don't feel like moving. This is... Honestly, watch this. I bet this is... For funsies, this is Putney in London. How do we feel about that? Christopher likes saying Colombian and Argentine Spanish are easiest to listen to. Really, Argentine. Because Argentine's like going to Argentina, I have to remember the different quirks about it. And Kat saying, actually, I realized how it is easy to do solo traveling between Baltic countries. Lux Express is an awesome bus service between the Baltic capital cities. And they're also, they're working on a railroad to go between them, because the old rail lines connected them with Russia, and they're not in line with the EU-style rail lines. But, alright, watch this. Oh, I was slightly off. I was like a mile away. Maybe 2. There's no scale on here. But I that's pretty decent. Like that was impressive. I've impressed myself. Anyway. Yeah, see, Kat saying I know my London. Love it. Okay, where's this? Can't read that. Thank you, Menuet, for the golf clap and ill-tired. Impressing your boyfriend. Appreciate it. I like the recognition when I pull something like that off. Sammy Marco saying, but I want to go to Buenos Aires. You gotta go to Buenos Aires, dude. You just gotta learn the differences, and it's easy. But see, yeah, exactly, Sammy Marco. Me llamo Samuel. You just gotta learn the differences, and you're fine. So this is Indonesia. It's Indonesia. There's an Indonesian flag right here. Are we good with that? Yep, Cat saying Indonesia flag. Cat saying, I only stayed in North London when I was there. My high school classmate has a flat there. I can stay for free. That's nice. North London's fun. There's a lot happening. I like I like it better than the South London. I like the energy of a city. It feels more like that up there. But let's do it. US? Iltard saying RP Rupiah, the currency, if you ever see it in the future. But is it not the same in Malaysia? Or at least the same symbol? Let's just prove that this is the US and not Canada. Find a speed limit sign. Sammy Marcos saying, even in London, people joke if you live in South London. Yeah, it's just like, who's going to live there? It's not the true city spirit. Cat saying my luggage actually broke when I was walking from the tube to his place. I had to buy new luggage. Dude, that sucks. The bag that I brought to Central Asia actually tore at the top as I was packing, and we were already late. So I was like, all right, Bag's broken. I might come back with a different bag. We just got to run with this. So the entire trip I had a torn bag, which is fun. Yeah, Freezite saying Sammy's basically a vowel shift. And Volseo, yeah, they use Vos instead of 2. And so does Freezite. But Menuet saying probably I-90. Oh, the mile markers, Duh. Thank you. Mile. Right? Mile, right. Good? Yep, Cat saying USA, Menuet saying Southern. Alright. Let's do it. Okay. It's I-64 in Kentucky. Can't remember the last time we got a US. Oh boy. Awesome. That Freezite saying when I go to Uruguay, I'll have to post my first YouTube video. That'll be sick. You could do something similar to the YouTube video that was in the Discord earlier in the week. I went from Brightline West to Montevideo, Uruguay in one day. Alright, so we know what part of the world this is. We're just between like 4 places, really. Yeah, Cat saying would love to see that Freezite. Yeah, would love to see that. I think that'd be hilarious. Get some Peruvian pollos in Uruguay. Yes, while knitting a pollo plushie toy, of course. The emotional support chicken. Or pollo. Oh man, this road's gonna go on forever, isn't it? This is just... There's a house up there, maybe. Cattle grate. Pollo each day. I like pollos. Yeah, I like pollos too. That's the only thing I really cook. 'Cause I'm lazy and it's efficient. Always, each day. Yeah. Freezite saying I'll empty the barbs with my trivia. Yeah. Freezite's gonna walk in there, use 2 instead of Vos on accent. They're gonna be like, extranjero. Cat saying I'm not good with taking videos of my travels, so I just take pictures to show to my friends and family members. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, I feel like I can't capture it. It's entirely, it could be captured in photos, it totally could, but I'm always like, it's not enough. I haven't taken enough, so I have to take a video. That's always, oh, okay. So this was in the back of my head, but I didn't want to say it. So this is the Lake District, or Scotland. Yeah, Christopher likes saying Northern UK vibes, or even Northern Wales. But this is the UK. Yeah. And the Hebrides. Okay, Norway, Iceland. Which way should we go? Maybe there's some buildings out there. Yeah, that's the better way. Sammy Marco saying it's NYC. You got to be able to find a good burrito that's not $20. I know, but it's such a good burrito, dude. It's such a good burrito. I know I could, but I need. You know what? I bet I could. I'm having a moment. I think I could try to find it cheaper. I think I know where to start in that hunt. Yeah, that character is Faroese and Icelandic, isn't it? Yeah. Freezite saying, look Americano. Do you know Ewan? He eats chicken. It's Estados Unidense. Yeah, W Dig saying Faroes. Cat saying Iceland. Freezite saying, yeah, Roosevelt Avenue in Queens. That's a spot for international food. That is a great spot. But Menuet saying, dang, I should have just said it. My first impression of that last one was Scotland. That was my first impression too, but I have that a lot when we have ones that, well, maybe not. This is very much not Scotland, but it's a bias in my head because that's what I'm used to with places. That the only place I've ever been that looks like that is Scotland, so I always am like, this looks like Scotland. So I try to avoid the bias by never thinking it's Scotland. Freezite saying now they say Americano or Yankee. In Uruguay? Because I had a taxi driver in Argentina yell at me once. Because I've definitely told this story on here before. But I was like, he asked my friends and I where we were from, and it was like, oh, Mexico, Peru, Estados Unidos. And he was like, oh, you call yourselves Americans, you're United Statesians, blah, blah, blah. He's like, we're all Americans. This is all America. I was like, yep, I know. That's why I said Estados Unidos. This is an annoying conversation. Kirk Jewell. I mean, Faroes are small enough that we can just look for that. W. Dixon, moral of the story, just say Canada. Yeah, Freezite saying taxi driver sounds like a hater. Yeah, bro, it's just a hater. Nothing you can do about it. The fact that that's the, like, worst anti-American story I have after all these years, I'll take. Freezite saying you could have bought his taxi for $300 and pushed it into the River Plate. Bro. Cat saying that might be a volcano in Iceland. I'm starting to think this is Iceland because I didn't see this on the Faroes, and I mean, Faroes are kind of small. Christopher likes saying you were creeped out by the 7 train. 7 train's a great time. All the trains are a great time. You just got to get used to it. You got to get used to the New York. Yeah, it was funny. That W. Dig saying moral of the story say Canada is funny because on the way back from Central Asia, my friend and I were at a bar in the airport in Istanbul, and we were talking. Also, we were talking about American politics. And so I sound the way I sound. My friend sounds like we're from the same area, but he's lived in the South for a while, so he has a bit of a Southern accent. And we're sitting there talking, and this guy next to us is like, oh, are you guys Canadian? And we were like, what? He's like, yeah, you sound Canadian. We were like, no. No, we're not. That is an interesting thing to say. I've walked into bars in Canada and been asked what part of the States I'm from. Like, that was just weird. But Christopher likes saying this is Iceland. I'm pretty sure this is Iceland at this point. Freezite saying Drew co-stream when? Whenever... He's gonna come up sometime this fall. We talked about it. I don't know the date. So, hopefully then. Cat saying, yeah, this is Iceland. Yeah, okay. Everyone seems to be in agreement. Let's do it. Awesome. Boom. Oh, yay! Doug... yeah. Let's go this way. Oh. Katsing, Magdan, Russia. Let me look again. Come on. Come on. No. Magdag. I don't know what this one is. I think it's like a ch. A ch. But Sammy Marco saying it's the country with the best anthem. Which country? Yeah, everyone's saying this is a... I don't know if this is Siberia, though. Everyone's saying Siberia is awful, but I don't know if this is Siberia. Oh, Sammy Marco's saying Russia. I saw this thing the other day. I was watching a documentary, and they were showing in the 90s, you know, after the collapse of the Soviet Union, they kept the anthem, like the soundtrack, but the instrumental part of the anthem, but they needed new lyrics for, you know, the Russian Federation anthem. And I think it was the 1992 Olympics. Their athletes would win medals, and they would just play the music because they didn't have words yet. Okay. Sorry, I was yapping. Katsing, what's the city on top of that board? Kabastrovik, that's in Russia. W. Dig saying Chita is in Russia. All right, let's do Russia. Love it. Ooh, very close to China. Okay. It should be easy. Is this kind of Spain? Left-hand drive? No, forget I said Spain. That was stupid. Ignore that. Sammy Marcos in Perth, Katsing, Qatar. I could get behind either of those. Isn't the Perth Stadium green, though? I feel like I know that for some reason. Christopher Like also saying Qatar. Freeside asking Cheetah, isn't that Tarzan's companion monkey? No idea. Have not seen that movie in 8 billion years. I think this might actually not be Qatar. I'm going to hold off for a second so that I don't sound stupid if it's wrong, but... How sure are you guys? That's a cross. Yeah, okay. Okay, there we go. I was kind of thinking this is Africa, but I didn't want to say it. So yeah, we good for South Africa? Everyone's saying it. Freeside saying you and Copa Libertadores last qualification matches this week. It's yeah, okay, cool. We're all good. Yeah, Africa by Toto, great song indeed. Sammy Marco. Who's even? I can't even think who's in the Copa Libertadores qualifications. I looked at the groups a couple weeks ago. That was yeah. That was a good time going to that final last year. That was fun. It's definitely an experience. Everyone just sat on the stairs of the stadium. Like, you got a section, you sat down, and you'd think the amount of seats in the section are how many tickets they give for the section. No. It's how many people can we possibly pack in there. That's what it was like at the Copa Libertadores final. Okay, yeah, Botafogo, River, Plantanes, all the top teams. Nice. I do have tickets to see Flamengo at the Club World Cup, which would be cool. Here in the States. Oh, I did see Colo got... They finished last in their group, didn't they? But yeah, W. Dixon, Vuvuzelas nonstop, good times. Vividly remember that. That was fun. Christopher likes saying I hated those things. Sounded like bees on the TV. I'd never thought of that before, but it definitely does. Red Hill, Mahuta. Is this New Zealand? No, it's not. Right? It's not. W. Dig saying, I know the Club World Cup games are closer to here, but I kind of want to travel to see the Gold Cup. Dude, I would love to see US-Mexico in the Gold Cup. All-time bucket list for me is US-Mexico at the Estadio Azteca in Mexico City. But Mexico never plays in Mexico anymore. But which Gold Cup game are you trying to go see? Gold Cup's always so much fun. Freezide saying Shakira ruined that World Cup for me. She was everywhere, annoying. Nah. It was a fun World Cup, but it's very fuzzy in my brain. Because it was... W. Dick saying Azteca as an American sounds like a safety hazard. I know, but if you go with the supporters group, there's a video somewhere online of the American supporters being escorted out of the Estadio Azteca in a sea of Mexican fans, and it's just crazy. It's a great video. I'll try to find it. I'll send it in the Discord and at you, WDig. Crazy vid. I saw that and I was like, 100% someday. Have to do it. Wear my US jersey on the plane. It should go down well. Gotcha, WDig. No game in particular, just want to travel to a cool host city, maybe Austin or Houston. Gotcha. Yeah, that'll be cool. Yes, indeed, Sammy Marco. Soccer is a sport. You've hit the nail on the head with that one. That is a very good observation. It is indeed a sport. I'm kind of lost as to where we might be. Come on. Keep going. It's definitely former British, I feel. Sammy Marco saying that's all I have to add to any soccer convo. No, it was a good observation. But Glink Scully, this just feels maybe Australian. I think it could be Australian. Yeah, Christopher likes saying Houston's basically Azteca North when there's a soccer game there. A lot of places are Azteca North when there's a soccer game there. It's why the Mexican team doesn't play in Mexico anymore. Yeah, Freezite saying it's exactly the U.S. would best the Mexican team in Mexico. And that's why Freezite sticks to South American teams. Nah, gotta support the red, white, and blue. And I don't know if anyone's seen the newest jersey drop, but it's crazy. W. Dig saying, gutted my boys from Aston Villa miss a Champions League spot today, but Europa is solid. Yeah, Europa's not, I mean... Also, there's like 7 Prem teams in the Champions League next year now. It's kind of wild. But I didn't even see Villa were that high up. Just clicking around in rural Australia, I think. Maybe. I have no idea where we are. Got some cows. I'm gonna do zoom. Just flying on through. It was interesting in Senegal, the cab ride into Dakar from the airport. You were going through just not good areas. You know, the slums. There was piles of flaming, like mounds of flaming garbage on the highway. there was nowhere I saw there where it was like, oh, here's the part that attracts foreigners. You know, it was all kind of rough. The nicest building I saw was the National Soccer Stadium, which I just thought was wild how much like of a vanity project that kind of stuff is. Sammy Marco's saying, the fact you took a 2 to 3 day trip to Senegal is just crazy. Yet W Dig's saying the same thing. It was pretty funny. There were some pretty funny stories that came out of that, but you'll see them in the video. It was such a funny trip. It was so funny. I don't know how to put it into words. Yeah, good time. I'm excited. Sammy Marco saying, and from Florida. I actually had to fly to New York first. It was Tampa to JFK to Dakar. Christopher like saying they need to take the uniforms away from Nike for the US. No, I agree. Adidas would be amazing, but they're not going to take it away from an American company. For a vibrant Kaipara. I don't know Kaipara. Sammy Marco saying, I don't know if I could handle going somewhere that poor. It doesn't seem right as a rich person. I know what you mean, and it's just kind of like I justify it by I want to see what that part of the world is like, and it definitely helped me realize it's like I already like we all obviously know, you know, we are living the good life, but it definitely makes you appreciate what you have, and I was glad to have seen it. Plus it's good for the economy there if you go and start spending your money. But yeah, Sammy Marco saying New Zealand. I'm pretty sure, I don't know. Yeah, New Zealand. It wouldn't be Australia at this point, because that, I don't know. Cat saying I can't do weekend trips like that. LOL. I don't blame you. That kind of sucked. Might do another 3 weeks of traveling in Europe again next year. See, that's fun. It's like a double-edged. It's like I get bored and like frustrated after too long on a trip, because I'm like, I want to go to the gym, I want to be at home, I want to continue like progressing my life along. But then the weekend trips, it was perfect because it was like, didn't get bored. I got everything done that I wanted to. It was fun, and then I just got back home, and I just got on a plane home and was done. But it was definitely exhausting. Also, I would fight tooth and nail if you tried to drag me out of New York for the next 2 months once I get back from the UK, because I'm just too exhausted. But I don't know. I liked it. All right, we're all on board with New Zealand, I think. Let's do it. Awesome. Freezite saying you went out there buying taxis for $100 and pushing them into canals and rivers. No, definitely not what I was doing. I did come back and saw there was reports of polio in the water in Dakar, which I didn't know could be a thing. This is the Netherlands. These are Dutch plates. And I was just like, oh, wow, cool. That's fun. Yep, W Dig saying Netherlands, Belgium. Cat saying Netherlands. Let's do the Netherlands. Any objections to that? Rijsbergen. Yep, exactly. Freeze that yummy polio water. Yeah, that was the time. Remember that time you got polio in Senegal? All right, yeah, this is .nl. Let's do it. Awesome. Well, that's helpful. It's probably Norway. Let's do some investigating. Yep, W Dig saying Norway. Yeah, Freezite saying polio. Sorry, no, I knew what you meant. Yeah, Chris, you're like saying Netherlands unless we have an unexpected border. I completely forgot about that round. Helligskogen. Norwegian flag. Send it. It is 10. Okay. Let's do it. Yep, Christopher likes saying Norway. Yep, ribbon flags for the win. Let's do it. If the next one's obvious, then we can... Is this immediately obvious to anyone? I don't know parapharmacy. Is that French? I think this is French, but we can't tell if this is France, Belgium, Switzerland, but I'm pretty sure this is France. But we leave it for next week. We're at 75, which means next week, provided we don't get any insane tracker coverage or a drop in the middle of Siberia, we should be good. We can hit 100 for the first time in a while. Ooh, that's a good point, WDig. WDig asking still Sunday next week. No. Next week, I will be traveling. Yeah, next stream is canceled. Yeah, thank you for the reminder. Next week I'll be traveling, so it's canceled. And then it's the Monday after that, and then just back to Sundays for like 2 months. Finally. Until I eventually do Rwanda. So, coming back to normal soon. But that is it for tonight. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of the long weekend for those of us in the United States, and a nice weekend next week. Have a great next 2 weeks when I don't see you. And then I'll see you 2 Mondays from now, back to normal. So have a wonderful night, and I'll